Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's been a minute since I put out a new build video, and this is my personal take on the Stamina Nightblade, otherwise known as the Stamblade. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. For your race for this, you want a Dark Elf. For your gear, you're looking at Maelstrom's Great Sword, either perfected or regular, with an infused weapon damage enchant. Then you want a Pillar of Nirn Dagger, Nirn Honed, and flame damage on your front hand, charged, and poison damage on your backhand. And then for your monster set, you want Zons, either medium for the extra weapon damage, or light if you're struggling with pin and crit. Honestly, getting light would give you a bit of a boost, but running medium with Zons, you'll be perfectly fine. But in an ideal situation, you would have light. Reliquant on the body, and then all of this divine, along with Pillar of Nirn neck and rings. Remember, folks, if it's gold, all of these with weapon damage enchants, and if it's gold, you want bloodthirsty. If it's purple or less, you want infused. Now, for the skills. On your back bar, you are running Flawless Dawnbreaker. This you will never use. It's literally sitting there for as a passive because Fighter's Guild to boost your weapon and spell damage. Then Stampede, Twisting Path, Carve, Dark Shade, Crippling Grasp. Front bar, this is your main ulti, Incapacitating Strike. Then Relentless Focus, Surprise Attack, Barb Trap, Killer's Blade, Camouflage Hunter. Let's have a look at our champion points. Our champion points are as follows: Wrathful Strikes, Thaumaturge, Deadly Aim, Master at Arms. And then you're going to want to go down here into this little tree here and be absolutely certain that you have this right hand side. In an ideal world, get the left, but you absolutely must have the right. Try to get both arms of this, but if nothing else, get this right arm right here. And then let's look at the red tree. As always, your main 3 champion points are Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and then pick your poison between Bloody Renewal or Strategic Reserve, or maybe some res speed with Spirit Mastery. That one is all up to you. Green tree is whatever you want it to be, as always. Now, for food, you have 2 options. Realistically, you have Dubious Camoran Throne, which is max health, max stam, and stam recovery. I know most people run this. Generally, this is a really good food to run for everything except parse testing. If you're running, this is a pretty good parse food. Just jacks your stam through the roof and your stam recovery through the roof. And it's really nice, which is what I'm going to be running today just because I don't want to have to worry about resource management. And I'm going to show you a few tricks to help out with resource management. But yes, this character is running what would be right now considered the meta gear with Zons and Pillar of Nirn and Reliquant. What I particularly like about this character is how the rotation is set up. Now, the thing you have to understand about Nightblades is, right off the gate, everything is going to stack. All of your damage is stacking damage. No single Nightblade skill by itself is going to be just the skill that pushes you over 100,000 DPS. But combine them all together, and you are looking at some serious damage you can do, particularly because of this skill, Relentless Focus. So every time you you hit your light attacks, because remember, you're light attack weaving with this build. What you are going to end up doing is every time you hit that light attack, you are going to add a stack to this skill. At 5 stacks, this skill is going to change and become a proccable bow. That bow is because you're on a Nightblade and because of the way Nightblade passives work, you're going to crit, and you're looking at 80-90,000 damage off that bow proc. It is insane for burst damage. You also want to be running Incapacitating Strike, not because it's the best damaging ulti, but because you gain Reave while slotted, and that's giving you an extra 100 magic and stam restore whenever you deal damage with light or heavy attack. Again, light attack weaving with Nightblades is of paramount importance. And then the other thing is 20% extra damage for 6 seconds. So if you time it right, you hit Incapacitating Strike, then fire your bow proc, and that bow proc is going to hit insanely hard. You're going to be and then you've got this nice little dark shade here that you fire off every 22 seconds, just because it's nice and long. And it's just a nice, again, source of passive damage. Carve initially is high maintenance because it's 12 seconds. But once you hit Carve 3 times, as long as you hit Carve 3 times, before those 12 seconds run out, it's going to go from 12 seconds long to 24 seconds long to 32 seconds long. And you're almost going to be basing your entire rotation around about 6 seconds. So that's perfect for Carve. Crippling Grasp. Again, this is just a nice long dot for passive damage. Mainly these 3 skills are here. Nice long dots for passive damage. These 2, your shorter AoE dots that require a lot more upkeep time. Your main spammable. Then at 25%, give or take, you're going to swap from Surprise Attack to Killer's Blade and keep running the rotation as normal. At about 10 to 12%, make sure all of this is reprocced, even if you have 4 or 5 seconds left on everything. Go through, reproc all of it, make sure your bow has about 20 seconds left, and then make sure your barb trap is good, and then you are going to do nothing at that point except Killer's Blade, light attacks, and Relentless Focus, and dropping your ulti whenever it drops. At 5%, regardless of whatever's dropped off, it's Killer's Blade and Relentless Focus. Killer's Blade, Relentless Focus, those are the only 2 skills that you're focusing on. And you're only firing Relentless Focus if you've got the bow proc. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. It's my R1 skill, so light attack, light attack, light attack, and buff it. Light attack, light attack, light attack. There's your bow, fire it, boom. Now, I will tell you, you're going to have to actually keep an eye on the stacks, because their ESO has this tendency to sometimes not actually give you the animation where the skill itself changes. So, just something to bear in mind there. Now, I'm going to fire this off again, and I'm going to kill this guy real quick. Alright. One last piece of advice when it comes to this. If you're having trouble light attack weaving, I would not recommend running a Nightblade off bat. Because pretty much all of your skills, because let's say you're having trouble with sustain. Okay, you're going to take this and you're going to swap it out for Bleaching Strikes. But again, light and heavy attacks heal you for 1400 damage and restore stam. Nightblades have for the longest time in ESO been the highest possible damage dealers, but I'll go ahead and tell you right now, they are also the most complicated rotation. Well, one of the most complicated rotations, because whereas with a lot of other builds, you can miss light attacks, with Nightblades you can't. You cannot be missing your light attacks. But that's pretty much the whole build. If you have any questions, feel free to find me in game or comment below. And I'm going to go up here to the target dummy, and I'm going to beat up on it some so you can see what the rotation and timing looks like in combat. This thing hits about 100k. I'm going to try and push it to that height, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, hope you folks have found this video useful thus far. And remember, we're going to pop our potion, pre-buff here, pre-buff here. Barb trap, incapacitating strike, fire that off. Bar swap, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar swap back, hit that. Remember, carve is on circle on the other bar, so as soon as we get that bow off, fire carve first. Now notice it's up to 21 seconds instead of the initial 11 seconds. We're going to do that one more time, and now we're at 32. It's going to be a minute before we have to go back and say hey to carve again. Other things about Nightblades is that you are looking at much more of a dynamic rotation. Thanks to lovely ESO, I caught a lag spike there, but we'll make it work anyway. You got everything re-proc. Now we are not going to proc anything else. We are just going to burn it out from here. There you go. 104,904.9. Again, the thing about Nightblades is that it is a very dynamic rotation. But if you get that rotation down, thanks to the obscene damage you were getting off of Pillar of Nirn and Reliquin, you are getting some serious damage. Oh, for those that are interested, your main... I'm actually running the Warrior on this one, believe it or not. Which is really odd, but that's because of the way Nightblades stack their critical chance. So yeah, run the Warrior. Do not run the Thief. Run the Warrior. I know that it's going to sound odd, but if you're running this build, that is the way to go. Alright, well, if you have any questions, feel free to comment or drop them down below in the video. Or find me inside ESO on the PS4. I hope y'all have a great day, guys. Later.